For this one more time. Welcome to everyone on the Twitch stream, YouTube stream, TikTok stream, Instagram stream, every stream, Twitter stream. You get the idea. We are live now everywhere. So I'm going to run through this free play one more time just so everybody can lock in on it. If you're listening to the recording, you can lock in on it. If you want these lines, they're on Profit X. I'm going to drop that link in the Twitter stream. It's in all my links everywhere. If you can't find it, that's on you. But you could shoot me a DM on anything, anytime for anything that I'm talking about. Okay. You guys get the idea. We are riding with the Bills. First half -4.5. I think the Bills destroy the Broncos today. I think it's worth a sprinkle to take the Bills -21. I think it's going to be a blowout game. But in terms of value, you're getting the Bills -4.5 in the first half at only -114. That's unbelievable value. You got Bo Nix coming into a hostile environment. Bo Nix coming into one of the most hostile environments you could come into. It's Buffalo in January, in the cold, in the playoffs, absolutely raving, ready to go, ready to torture him. I've been there many times, and it is an electric atmosphere, and Bo Nix is going to be absolutely helter-skelter, okay? That's the first thing. Rookie QBs in the playoffs, 3 wins on the road ever against 3 bad quarterbacks, by the way. 3 wins on the road, never against a very impressive quarterback, just weird situations. Nobody's ever come close to beating a Josh Allen level talent on the road as a rookie quarterback. It simply doesn't happen. Okay? The Broncos, cute story, good, fun season, everything. You think Bo Nix, the rookie quarterback, on the road in Buffalo against Josh Allen's offense, like he's not going to be able to, all right, we're going to run the ball, we're going to slow it down, we're going to manage possessions. That doesn't happen against the Bills. The Bills have scored 30 points in 9 of the last 10 games. The Bills have scored 35 points in the wild card game at home the last 4 years. Okay? They've averaged 35 points a game. You're not going to take your time in Buffalo today. You're not going to take your time and get your feet underneath you and ease your way into this game. It's simply not going to happen. Okay? So it's going to be an aggressive game, and it's probably going to go very poorly for Bo Nix. The reason we're taking the Bills first half is just any sort of nonsense backdoor cover. Sean McDermott likes to play pretty conservatively with a 2-score lead. So you might see a situation where the Bills are up by 14 and then give up a late touchdown with 2 minutes left playing prevent defense. We don't want to deal with that nonsense. Give me the Bills -4.5 in the first half. You want to sprinkle a bloodbath victory? I'm on board. Bills first half, you're seeing -6. This is on Profit X, Logan. -4.5 at -114. I posted the slip on Twitter and on SoBet. Think Allen gets 25 yards rushing? Absolutely. I like Allen over 40.5 for his rushing props, to be honest. But yeah, Max says Bills, Eagles, Bucks, all against the spread. Just taking favorites against the spread. Gone with the wood. Appreciate the follow. Run those follows up. Run those follows up. We're giving away money today in my free Telegram. We're giving away money. We're giving away free parlays, free bets, free action, everything we're doing. If you want anything that I'm talking about, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you DM me on Instagram, it's Pick 'em Petey there. I will hit you up with a free $25 bet link. Okay. Baker over 18.5 rushing is okay. I got to think about that more. My favorite rushing prop is going to be Josh Allen. I also like Jalen Hurts. Under passing attempts is pretty good. Baker over passing attempts is pretty good. Henny says free. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram because I got the other phone. I'm live, obviously, on TikTok right now. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, it's Pick 'em Petey. You shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will slide you the link for that free $25 bet entry, whatever you got. Whatever you need, I got you. We take Bills -5 first half? I would. Like Kincaid over 3.5 receptions. That's a tough line. I'm probably going to leave it alone. We'll have to think about it. Frank, appreciate the likes. Run those up. Pete on fire. Appreciate it. Do I like the Raiders today? Says no. They're coming. You heard that. You heard that. Shout out your buddy Gabe. Nice. Nice, Brad. That was sneaky. You almost got me. Do I like the Eagles -3.5? I don't love it. I don't love it. Packers are in an interesting spot. Packers are in an interesting spot. They're an inconsistent team. They have a high upside, but they've had some bad games. No, I appreciate it. No, we've come full circle. I remember. Favorite player prop today is probably going to be Allen over 40.5 rush yards. The Packers blitz well. He dodges the blitz by using his legs. That's kind of, a situation in which he runs the most. He runs more in playoffs. He's been more willing to run in general lately. If it were going to be a closer game, I would love it, but I still like it a lot in the situation. And again, first half, they're going to come out strong. He's not going to chill because they're up 7 or 10 points. They're like at 44.5. Yeah, it's okay, but there's no reason to get these bad lines. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I will link you to 2 books with better lines than that. Right off the bat. If you're like, "Oh, I only get DK." No, I promise you there are more books available than you know with better lines. The books like DK and FanDuel and Caesars, you should get those. You should get the free bets on them and everything, all the money they're giving away, but those are not the best books. Those are not the books you should be putting most of your action on. ProfitX for any straight money line spread over under, you should be using ProfitX. And then if you're doing props and parlays and things like that, that should probably be on 105. Feel bad for me yesterday, John? Yeah. We bounce back on to the next day. Cade Otton TD today or yards? I would prefer yards than TD. Bills upside 40 points. Yeah, Bills could go crazy. The Bills have done 40 points 2-3 times this year. The Broncos have a decent defense. I wouldn't expect 40 points. I would expect the Bills to probably be like a 31-17, a 31-10, 31-14, 31-13, that sort of game. I see the Bills around 30. If their defense really sucks today and they give up 27 points or something, then the Bills could score 35, 40 points. But I see this as a game where Josh Allen is probably handing the ball off in the fourth quarter. Maybe not sitting the fourth quarter, but probably handing off. The Bills are big favorites, and I expect them to win big. I think that's a fair line. Again, I think the better bet is taking Bills first half -4.5. I think that's the best value on the board, but I read this as a blowout for the Bills. I really do. And people are saying, well, the Broncos blitz well. The Bills have the best offensive line in the league. Allen's the most difficult quarterback to sack. He's been sacked 16 times or 14 times this entire season. It's ridiculous how low his sack numbers are. Okay. And the Saints you put Surtain, okay, but the Bills have the most diversified receiving targets in the league. So great, you got a great cornerback. Maybe you even let him roam. Maybe you even let him take a side of the field. So what? I don't really know how you're going to defend the Bills in this spot. And then on the other side, yeah, the Bills defense has struggled. They're healthier than they have been. McDermott has basically been able to prepare for the Broncos for 2 weeks. We pretty much knew the Broncos were going to beat the Chiefs backup. So the Bills basically have 2 weeks going into this. Allen's basically coming off a bye. So, everything really points in the Bills' direction at home in January. Everything is going well for the Bills. Puka TD. We can talk about that tomorrow. We got to focus. Do we like the Bucks? Not really today. Not really. I think the Bucks have a good chance at winning. If we're talking spread, I'm leaning commies. I really am. And I know rookie quarterbacks. I was just talking about how rookie quarterbacks winning on the road has barely ever happened in NFL history, but we got something. Pressure can get to them. I mean, Bills have won in the wild card at home in the same situation 4 straight years. Most of them blowouts, averaging 35 points a game. 35.5 rush yards feels very free. Yeah, that's probably like -180 though. The line should be around 41. History will tell you rookie QB not good in first playoff game. Exactly. And for obvious reasons. And all those reasons are coming into play pretty significantly in this spot. It's a really hostile environment. And it's a situation where the Bills score a lot of points. So you can't just chill and ease yourself into the game and get your legs underneath you and lean on the run game. It doesn't happen. 35.5 discount on underdog. Not bad, Ethan. Not bad. Obviously, that's just a single square. But yeah, I think the Allen over rush yards is going to be strong today. It's going to be pretty public, but we don't really have to worry too much about public props for the most part. Props being public is still a generally small volume of cash, and ultimately, things being public does not mean they can't happen. It's something you have to pay attention to. People think fade the public is a cheat code; it's automatic. Everyone was on Ohio State on Friday night, and they won. Plenty of times the public feast. You have to factor in, understand why it's public, or see if the line moves, and then there's value on the other side. You can't just blindly fade the public. Barkley anytime touchdown. Yeah, but what value are you getting on it? I like Barkley anytime tutty, but it's just about what price you're getting. If you go here, I'm on ProfitX, so you can offer your own lines for any props. I'm seeing him at -160 on ProfitX. -160 might be worthwhile. I'll be honest, I'm locking in massive bets today. I hammered the Bills -4.5. I hammered the Bills -7, -4.5 first half and -7 alt line. -7 was only -132. I love that. Public's been in the green this year. Exactly. Josh Jacobs to score a touchdown is only -105. That's definitely an appetizing line. You took Bucky ATD at -150. If you're doing a -150 anytime tutty, I definitely like Saquon. But Josh Jacobs -105 ATD is probably the best line available. There's still $104 of liquidity here on ProfitX. you can get it minus 127. There's a big line offered, but at minus 105, there's still $104 to take. I got $3 in my account right now because I locked in pretty much all my units on some early games, but I'm gonna lock in that I'm gonna lock in that final $3. McMillan over receiving yards, Bills, Broncos locks. Yeah, we listen. Nelson, any straight bet at minus 150 is dumb. That's not true because any bet, if you're getting minus 150 and it should be minus 155 or minus 160, then it's a good line. You shouldn't just be just playing minus 150s. You just have to recognize how frequently you have to win. If you're playing minus 150, you have to hit that 67% of the time. If you're doing minus 110s, 53% of the time. So you can take higher juice plays. You just have to hit at a much higher rate. Jacobs is minus 135 on yours. So, okay. So if Jacobs is minus 135 on yours and it's minus 105 on Profit X, do it on Profit X. You need to line shop. You need to get better lines. It's in my links, Brennan, if you want to get that. But this right here is a great example. I'm always talking about Profit X being a better book, being better options. And this is exactly why. You're going to get, if you bet $100 on this, you're going to get about $19 more. No, sorry, minus 135. You're going to get about $28 more. That's a 28% increase on your profit. Do you understand how drastic that is? To take it at minus 135 when you can take it at minus 105 is so dumb. And I said, oh, it's your book. If you're serious about this and you're trying to make profit, and I'm not yelling at you, this goes for everyone. I'm just saying, you're serious about this, you're trying to actually make profit, trying to win in the long term, you have to be getting the best lines possible. Download Profit X. It's in my links. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions on it. Get that line. And if you want other books, better lines as well, that are available anywhere in the US, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. So I said this already. By the way, anyone who wants the free $25 entry, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. Someone asking me already what books have better odds, and I appreciate that. This is gonna do a lot better for you. PropX is awesome. Zach C knows what's up. Yeah, you shoot me a DM on Instagram about anything I'm talking about at any point. I will hook you up. That's what we do. So when people talk about long term, what am I cooking for today? We're going to share some stuff. Jay Allen, here's all the Lamar MVP talk. I think so. I don't think he's a really like personal accolades driven guy. I think he lives in dreams, or lives and dies for a Buffalo Super Bowl, as most people do, most QBs do for their team. I think he's motivated enough. I think he's prepared enough. I don't think, I'm not a huge believer in motivation. We talked a lot about player incentive props last week. It's like, listen, you got so much on the line. People are playing for massive, massive, life-changing money, regardless of player prop incentive. People are playing for life-changing fame and legacy, and the money that comes with that. So if you want to boil it down to money, being on a Super Bowl winning team, I mean, there's literal cash bonuses for playoff wins and Super Bowl wins, but where that takes you in terms of your legacy, in terms of your celebrity as an athlete, in terms of all the opportunity that comes with it is massive, let alone, obviously, the peak of athletic accomplishment. There's really, in America, no greater thing than winning a Super Bowl, I would say, in American sports. Maybe in the world, there's maybe some soccer glory in other countries that would be comparable, maybe even Formula One glory in some countries. But in terms of America, there's no bigger accomplishment than winning a Super Bowl. If you're in sports, if you're playing in the NFL and you're in the playoffs, nobody's like fucking around. Especially teams that have a legit chance. If you're going to see someone be down, see some team come out flat and not really be motivated, that might be a team that's 14-point dogs or 10-point dogs in the first round. It's like, yeah, cool, we're in the playoffs, we got no shot, like the Steelers. Don't doubt the Eagles, says Trey. I'm not doubting the Eagles. I think the Eagles have a legit chance at making a run. I see them as one of the teams. One of the main teams. What's the play today? Okay, so we're going to talk about it. The play today. And by the way, if anyone wants all my plays, they're up on SoBet every single day. It's in my links if you want to get that. You can also shoot me a DM on Instagram for the discount on that. But if anyone wants all my plays every single day, they're on SoBet. I'm about to share some of these right now. Shout out to the TikTok or the Twitter chat just catching in right now. The YouTube Chance Greer, what up? Hey Riley, JG Corella, any props? Yes. Poodlehead's in the house. Great to see you. Been ignoring this chat and glad to see you. So, no bias. Do Bills cover 8.5? I think the Bills cover 8.5, but you're going to get better value at taking the Bills first half minus 4.5 just to avoid any sort of backdoor. The play I shared already is the Bills minus 4.5. I made a video about it. I've talked about it at length. I'm not going to get into that really deeply. It's on my SoBet, the full write-up. It's on my TikTok, the video about it. It's on my YouTube. Like, I don't need to spend any more time on that. In terms of a parlay today, and again, if you shoot me a DM on Instagram or anywhere, I can get you a free link for this entry. Shoot me a DM on Instagram right now. I'll slide you the link. I'm live on TikTok, so can't do it. But we're going to take Josh Allen over 40.5 rush yards. We're going to take Jalen Hurts under 27.5 pass attempts. And we're going to take Baker Mayfield over 32.5 pass attempts. That's 6-1. I get you a free $25 entry if you shoot me a DM on Instagram right now. Shocker, Bills fan takes Bills. Broncos country will ride today. I mean, yeah, Bills fan takes Bills, but Bills fan takes Bills with excellent reasoning. And, it's not really a crazy take. They're very strong favorites. We talked about how rookie quarterbacks have basically never won on the road in the playoffs, and he's having the worst situation for a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. Say it one time, Terry. Josh Allen, over 40.5 rush yards. Jalen Hurts, under 27.5 pass attempts. Baker Mayfield, over 32.5 pass attempts. Shoot me a DM on Instagram for a free $25 entry to run that. Anyone who wants it. I got 15 more of these. 15 more of these to ride to glory. Ghost, appreciate the follow. Run those files up. Full card goes up on SoBet every single day. I got to play for every single game. We got props up for all the games as well. What else are people looking at? And we can get thoughts on what people are looking at as well. What about the money line parlay? Yeah, I mean, so normally I do a money line parlay throughout the regular season, but there's 3 games. It would be forcing it to do a money line parlay. Ted, I appreciate you. It would be forcing it to do a money line parlay with three games. I think the best value would be probably Bills, Packers, Bucks. But, if you're taking Packers, that's a plus 200 play right there. That's good value. If you just take all chalk, it could hit. You're not getting great value on that, though. If you were to take all chalk parlay, Hurts under 27.5 rush yards. No, Hurts under 27.5 pass attempts. I think Packers have a chance. I think at plus 225, it's good value. I think because plus 225 is implying that they have about a 28% chance of winning. I think they have a higher than a 28% chance of winning. So I don't mind taking the Packers money line. I don't think they win, meaning I don't think it's above a 50% chance that they win, but I think it's better than plus 225 odds, which is what you get. It plus money. Yeah, that's pretty popular. Commies plus money. I like them plus 3.5. I like them plus 3.5, but I don't mind a money line. I do have concerns about rookie quarterbacks winning on the road in the playoffs, but if this were going to happen, it's a good spot for it to happen. Tampa's not really a hostile road environment. It's still the playoffs. They'll still bring it, but it's not a massively hostile road environment. And the Bucks are all over the place. The Commanders could definitely win this game, but I just think there's much better value taking them plus 3.5. Watson being out, hurt Love throwing. It will, but I think the key to the Packers' success in this game is going to be the run game. If they're going to win this game, it's going to be a Josh Jacobs heavy game. And it's going to be a ball control, slow the game down. Jalen Hurts isn't passing the ball effectively. Maybe force him into a turnover. Contain Barkley. You're not going to keep Barkley from anything, but you contain Barkley. Force them to lean on Hurts. Hurts question marks. I mean, he might come out and ball. That's obviously a possibility. But I haven't been in love with him this season. He's had like 2 impressive games. He is coming off concussion protocol. Bare minimum, he's a tiny bit of rust. He's got a tiny bit of rust, and he hasn't been, prepping the same way everyone else has because he's been in concussion protocol. He hasn't been himself. He hasn't been practicing, all that. That is a factor. Someone was saying there's a 14% decrease in QB play after concussion protocol. I don't think, looking at numbers like that, I don't think it's as straightforward. Bills cover 8.5, most likely, but Bills minus 4.5 in the first half is better value. I do think the Bills cover, but minus 4.5 first half is better. Brad and White, haven't been here since MLB season. Welcome back, brother. We'll be back on MLB in just about 2.5 months. College basketball will be rolling as the NFL winds down. NBA every single day. Jacobs over 17.5 carries is solid. Mark Andrew didn't do a good job. No. So the place today I shared already is the Bills first half minus 4.5. Am I working for Vegas? No, Mr. Disrespectful. I'm not. Not working for Vegas. We're working to take down Vegas. Marvin Mims over 1.5 rush yards. I don't like props with really, really tiny numbers It's one thing like an anytime touchdown parlay, which I don't love, but I'll play sometimes. When we talk about tiny numbers, 3, 4, 5, there's just way too much variance, right? Because the question is Marvin Mims over 1.5 rush yards. Will he get a carry? That's the question. Let's turn around today disrespectfully. That's what we're here to do. You got to bounce back every single day. You have massive days, you have terrible days. Bounce back. I really like the board today. I'm excited about what we have going today. I've got some, some heavy action going. Jimbo Slice, appreciate the file. JA over 1.5 tutties. I like it. Bills game under. Don't love it. If the Bills defense hasn't been great and the Broncos have been okay, it could be a game where, the Broncos score like nothing. But I think the game definitely leans over because if the Broncos score like 17 plus, it's going over. Bills will put up a lot of points unless they're up big early and they're just chilling. Broncos plus 10.5. What's the point? You're buying points for the Broncos. You're probably getting plus 10.5 at like minus 140. That's just not worth it. Jacobs anytime TD. Listen, Jacobs anytime TD. If you go to ProfitX, which is in my links or it's in the comments of my my Twitter, you get on ProfitX. It's minus 105 on ProfitX. I'm gonna flash this one more time. You can see it right there. You can see it right there on ProfitX. That's one of the best value plays on ProfitX we're seeing today. James Cook or Josh Allen anytime TD. I think Allen over rush yards is going to be better value, JJ. Allen TD probably, but TDs are circumstantial. Allen over rush yards is probably better. Hurts, Allen, Jacobs, 3-leg ATD. I don't love Hurts, Chance, because we don't know 100%. We don't know 100% if Hurts is going to be tush pushing because he's coming out of concussion protocol. And if the Eagles come out and they're playing well and they're up a score or two, then they're going to be even more hesitant. They also have Barkley, and I know they lean on the tush push and everything, but you have Barkley. You're only in the first round of the playoffs trying to make a Super Bowl run. There's less reason for them to do it. Can I help you with $5? Yeah, bet Josh Allen over 41.5 rush yards. Did I play sports in college? I played baseball. Pick Bills minus 2.5, Eagles money line. Senders. What's that parlay at? Like even? Barkley 100 plus is not bad. Barkley over 12.5 receiving yards might be better value. You got Allen too. Bo over pass yards. I don't think it's great. The Bills defense against the pass hasn't been great, but they basically had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They basically knew it was going to be the Broncos. McDermott is solid with game plan, game prep, so I think he could cook up a storm against Bo Nix. The Bills are going to be the healthiest they've been on defense. So I think there's a lot of reason. Poodlehead with an interesting point about the tush push. Yeah, I haven't really seen it happen. So that might be valid. I think it's something to consider, and I don't know if Sirianni and the Eagles have the same thought process, but that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, the Hurts ATD, definitely the tush push leaning on that is big. Coaches that cry for practices the limit distance for tackling. No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, the less momentum going into contact is definitely going to be less of an issue. I guess concussion wise too. My one concern would be you're kind of frozen there, like a sitting duck for people to take shots. I know it's crowded, but still. How do you like the over in the Broncos game and under in the Packers game? I lean over with the Broncos game. I really don't like either side of the over-under in the Packers-Eagles game. Packers games in general, super inconsistent on over-unders. I guess I would probably lean under, so I don't hate this action because I think the Packers need to lean on the run to be able to win this game. I don't see, especially without Watson, I don't see the Packers creating enough separation to have a successful passing game. That's been their main issue, is not creating separation, and really solid secondary on the Eagles. Love has been, okay. Love is a big question mark about where he stands in terms of NFL QB talent. So I think that they have to lean on an elite run game to be able to win this game. That points to the under. But, the Eagles have a great offense. If Hurts comes out seamlessly, Barkley balls out, they put up 30 points. The Packers, even if it's a blowout, if they're up 28-7, the Packers probably get 7 garbage points in the fourth. The Eagles kick a field goal. I think it probably – I'm just staying away from that over under. I really, really don't like the over under. I just had Eckler over 2.5 receptions. It's okay. Yeah, Lex. I mean, listen, I don't mind if people disagree with me or people have good strategies or anything like that. I have no issue hearing people out. I've learned stuff from people talking about different strategies they use. With how popular sports betting is right now and how many books there are and opportunities and all of that, I'm always open to hearing people's edges. But when people say something really stupid and they're adamant about it and they're trying to get other people to listen to that, we got to set them straight. Appreciate you, senders. Appreciate you. All right, I'm catching up on some of these DMs. If you shot me a DM on Instagram, if you DM'd me on Instagram for the free $25 entry to tail today's parlay, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll hit you that link immediately. Lex, you know I won't like it, but I am actually on Bills first half minus 4.5. So yeah, Allen 25 plus yards, Bills minus 1.5, alt first half spread minus 130. Yeah, I would, Brendan, if you're trying to get around that value, I'd probably just go Allen like 30 plus and Bills money line full game. Because I think the Bills money line first game is going to be way stronger than Bills first half minus 1.5. Like I said, I got the Bills winning the first half, covering 4.5. I like it a lot, but there are some weird stuff that could lead to a tie at half. Whereas, the full game money line's pretty safe. NFC East getting knocked out today. Could be. Could be. Jacobs over on yards anytime TD, but that game could be a coin toss. The Jacobs anytime TD is strong. I guess the downside of that is the Packers have had some games where they've been completely stifled offensively, but at minus 105 for Josh Jacobs, who I think pretty easily you can say they're going to lean on him. And the Eagles have a better pass defense than run defense, so it makes sense to lean on him. It's not, random nonsense. Let's see updated line. So right now the Bills, you can get the Bills at minus 7.5 at minus 104. You can get the Bills minus 7 at minus 128. As you see, I got the Bills minus 7, 1320 to win 1,000. I got them in a slightly worse line earlier. Who I got in the Packers game? I'm leaning Packers. Bills minus 7 and 128 ain't horrible at all. You lock this in, I think that's really good value. I'm really heavy on Bills minus 7, personally. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you guys my plays. Hopefully I don't reveal any personal info. This is what, I'm doing the journey to 100 grand on this, on Profit X. Sorry. And if you're on this, I do a vlog series on this specific TikTok. I post them on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram and everything. But here's the action I have locked in right now. Jacobs score a touchdown. Obviously, that was $3 because that was all I had. But I got Bills minus 7 for 1320 to win $1,000. I got Bills Bucks money line. I just did a $20 sprinkle. That was like an accident. You see, I got Rams at plus 130. We'll see how heavy. I got a sprinkle on the Packers. I would be on Packers spread as well for a heavier amount. I just have all my money tied up right now. Got the Bills minus 4.5 first half spread. I got Kansas City to not win the Super Bowl minus 380. This is just a hater play. This isn't even good value. I just hate the Bills. I got the Bills to win the Super Bowl, so I might as well have just thrown that 100 on the Bills. 600 to win 3,900. Got Notre Dame for the Natty, 240 to win 1940. Reed hasn't done much the last few weeks, but he could pop off day. KC plays fire. Love it. Just on a hater basis. Giovanni, appreciate the follow. Run those files up, baby. Run those files up. We got a huge day cooking. So I'm not going to match on trying to get an extra good line on Allen right now. I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to transfer some of that money to the Jacobs ATD. Broncos back down to 7.5. Yeah, like I said, I got Bills as well at I got Bills as well at minus 7 at minus 132. You can get even better right now. Josh Jacobs minus 105. I'm going to take the remaining 101 of liquidity on that. And I'm gonna try to get some more. Here's the cool thing about Profit X is you can offer whatever lines you want. In chipping away at this, it makes a difference. Just trying to get a couple extra points of juice. Not everything gets matched when you try to offer like extra good lines, extra advantageous lines, but a lot of them do. Especially, I'll tell you this: when you're doing live bets and people don't have enough time to like assess, where to get the KC play. That's on Profit X, Brendan White. Profit X is in my links. So Profit X is peer to peer, which means you can take the no side of everything. So on any future, you can also take the no side. Funny stuff I post. Chance loves the vlogs. Love it. Learn man calls it monies and not money. It's like, Frank, what up, baby? Poodlehead sneaky funny. Not sneaky. That's disrespectful. UFC 7 dropping some weird emojis. Guess what I bet on the Chargers last night? I had 600 on them. It's a shame, but is what it is. I also had them in $1,000 parlay, so that was a tough one. I've been betting aggressively lately, not really sticking to the bankroll management, I would say. So I ended up fine yesterday because I was really heavy on the Ravens under, and then I also took a Ravens all under parlayed with Bills money line. Broncos beat the Bills. That's just not happening. Allen or Cook touchdown. I just like the Allen over rush yards. Someone saying Ben Franklin was racist in the chat. I don't know. It's not relevant, but I would say it's probably right. I would imagine there's a decent chance that's the case. Thank you for that. Is that Ashton Kutcher? Getting a few Ashton Kutcher comments lately. Usually disrespectful, like Ashton Kutcher fell off. But it's a little bit of a change from our standard programming of Sugar Sean. Allen rush yards over 45. So that line's tough. That line's tough. I'll do this. Someone's getting greedy on this side of the line. I'm gonna offer again. What do I have? What do I have in the account? 132. I'll offer over 41.5. Minus one. Minus 112. Someone got to take my action. Come on. Don't see the Bills not being able to cover. Honestly, money line should be locked in. Bucks or Commanders, leaning Commanders. Kevin Monroe. That's hilarious. Lord Max in the house. Love to see it, baby. Appreciate the gifts. Go ahead, follow Lord Maximus. Also dropping locks daily. Chargers, yep. Tough one on Chargers. Tough one on Chargers, but guess what, baby? We bounce back. We bounce back. All right. Let's refresh. Let's see where our action is right now. So if you follow this account, I'm gonna be posting a video probably at the end of the day because all day, but I'm doing, day in the life 100K vlog. Coming to Vegas with us, Lord Max. When are March Madness? I don't know. I'm a non-committal motherfucker. But maybe. Bucks Commanders, yeah, leaning Commanders plus the points. Bills minus 6.5, laid with over 41.5. Yeah, it's not bad, but you can get the Bills at -7. You can get the Bills at -7 at -128 on Profit X right now. So I wouldn't even get fancy with it. Yeah, it probably goes over the 41.5 for sure. But if you're looking for Bills and you want it down to a touchdown, you see it right here on my screen. If you're on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, I got the Bills -7 at -132. Just trying to get this last one matched. Need a top pick of the day. Give me the Bills. Bills -7 and -128 right now on Profit X is fire. You've also got Josh Allen over 40.5 rush yards is fire. You should definitely check it out. PA Insurance Agent, just not a good chirp. Definitely, I can't recommend it enough. Definitely check out Profit X. It's in my links. It's the best lines available. It changes your profitability by like 3-4%. It's just undeniable. It's what I use for basically all my straight action. On my straight man. Hit a 1,200 parlay last night on the Chargers Texans. Good for you. It was a hell of a compliment back in high school. Yeah. DK has Allen at 44.5. Yeah, that line's shifting around a lot. I'm trying to get it on Profit X. James Cook anytime TD. He scores off. I'm playing that with over 9.5 first quarter in the Bills game. Frank getting so specific. Jacobs over 16.5 rush attempts is solid. Denver first possession punt. Yeah, probably, but I don't think there's a lot of value on possession. With some of the weird markets like possession result and things like that, you are getting pretty bad lines. They're factoring in a ton of extra juice just because they can, because it's difficult to evaluate it and difficult to realize how much juice you're paying on that. So they're really ripping you off on those markets. All right, fuck it. Fuck this last $132. We're just gonna slap another $132 on the Bills -7. Lock it in, baby. Ride or die. Why do I need multiple baskets when this one can hold all my eggs? Duddy, which one are you talking about? Cook TD, not bad. Cook TD is not bad. I'm not a massive anytime tutty guy. I think it hits, but I just think there are better plays right now. Um, Broncos could keep it close. I don't know. FanDuel leaked the script yesterday and had the Ravens and Bill game up to bet on. Yeah, that's just a standard look ahead lines. Probably someone made a conspiratorial video to try to get clicks on it, and I respect the game. I've done that myself, but look ahead lines are common. Yeah, they had Bills as 1.5 point favorites against the Ravens. Also, like, it's not really a script leak to see the minus 400 favorites. Yeah, yeah, the difference between a 7.5 point and 8.5 point spread in terms of the value on the likelihood to hit is really small. When you get to 7, that's a big difference, right? Um, Obviously 8 points is something. There are, there's relevance to that number. It's the extent of one score. For instance, you have 8.5. The Bills are up 16. The Broncos score a touchdown. They go for 2. That makes it an 8 point game. 8.5 doesn't cover. So other spots. Did I have Chargers? I did. Tough loss on Chargers, but we move on. So, okay, real quick again. Uh, Appreciate it. Yeah, the hat's fire. If you're following this TikTok account, I do my road to $1 million, road to 100K on Profit X. I do my daily vlog, pretty much every day vlog, like updates, videos, whatever, where I track my profit and I track my action or like day in the life type stuff. It's on here, so follow this account. I share those, share them on my Twitter, share them on my YouTube, my Instagram, usually. If you want all my plays, they're on SoBet. That's in the links. If you want to join my free Telegram, that's in my links. Free Telegram. I give away money. I give away free plays. I give away parlays. I give away bonus bets. And we have the parlay today. It is Allen over 41.5 rushing. It is Hurts under 27.5 pass attempts. It is Baker over 32.5 pass attempts, plus 600. If you want a free $25 entry on that, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Shoot me a DM on Instagram right now. I still have 13 of these left. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram at Pick'em Petey, I will feed you that $25 free entry. And we're going to flip that, baby. Ravens and Bills. Bills 1.5 point favorites. Yeah. That makes sense. I know the Bills had a terrible game against the Ravens, but when a game gets out of hand like that in a very uncharacteristic game early on season, all that, you don't factor it in. Bills, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs, Chiefs, Ravens. Any combination of those three teams playing each other, you're going to have a 1 to 3 point spread. It's going to be a really close game, and it's probably an accurate 1 to 3 point spread. That's probably how it should be. Okay, sending some of these out. We got 11 left. Got 11 left. Seminar, I got you. 11 of these left for anyone who DMs me on Instagram. Anyone who DMs me on Instagram, it's Pick'em Petey. I will slide you that link for the freebie. Pick today, Big Bro. Chargers was brutal yesterday. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. We are taking Bills first half minus 4.5. If you want to get them at minus 7 full game at this point, I don't mind that either. But Bills first half minus 4.5. And if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I got you with a free $25 entry. You can use it for the parlay I talked about. You can use it for anyone. Anyone got a good pot roast recipe? Says Matt. I actually did a chuck roast yesterday. Just pound and a half of double ranch chuck. Pound and a half. Just dropped it in the crock pot. A little seasoning, some potatoes, some peas. Delicious. You have that. You have that with like a red wine or a scotch. It's a great evening right there. Matlock, that's a fire. Buzzard, how old are your guess is 24. I'm gonna give you guys a clue. We can set if you guys want to guess my age, you can set a line and we'll do an over under. Um, so I will tell you this: 24 is inaccurate. And yeah, that's on you. What was my favorite meal growing up? My mom would cook hidden hot dogs. If we're talking young. 41, 28, 27. We got a wide range right now. Manifest says he's 30. Nuclear Poodlehead says 35. We got a hell of a range going on right now. Most people are floating in the 27 to 30 range. Okay, 34. What would be a clue I could give you? And it can't be like a year I graduate high school or college, like not obvious. Just give us a range. All right. I will say that from these numbers, the lowest is 27, the highest is 35. I will say that it is between those two. It's not 27, it's not 35, but it's more than 27, less than 35. First album I owned. God, that's all right. I'm young enough that I never like owned an album. I can only get Bills -5 first half. I would still take it. 29. Tristan says 40. Well, that's not between. Where was I on 9/11? Well, I grew up in Buffalo. I was in Buffalo. I was at my home, but that might be misleading. I walked around the neighborhood, and one of the kids in the neighborhood who was a few years older than me, was telling like all these insane lies about what had actually happened and stuff, and like freaking us all out. Broncos +7.5. Unk Def 29 says plus. All right, I'm gonna give you the line. A lot of numbers going around. I'm gonna set the line at he was live for 9/11. He's 40. So that sets a minimum of 23, right? Yeah. Fave cartoon in youth. Fairly Odd Parents. Or is that right? One Love Luggy, appreciate the follow. Jump on a table in Buffalo. I've been to a lot of Buffalo tailgates. I don't think I've ever been the table jumper though. I was in elementary school during 9/11. That's correct. Who's winning today? I got Bills. I got Packers covering, maybe a shot at winning, and I got Commanders covering, maybe a shot at winning. We're gonna see one dog, would be my guess, between the Packers and the Commanders. But if you put a unit on both teams, you're not guaranteed profit. I think your best action today. Best action today, Packers to by 47. You have to be 27 to 29, says Manifest. You're close. All right, we're gonna set the line at 29.5. Or we'll set it at 28.5. 28.5. Need a 26 leg parlay. Lock, quick stat. There's not as much on the board as the regular season, which is a shame. Playoff football is awesome, but you can't cook up the 500 leggers. There, watch Drake and Josh. I was aware of it. I didn't really watch a lot of TV growing up, though. Parents didn't want that. Under 28.5. Broncos line keeps dropping. Yep. A lot of movement around that line, both directions. So Bills at -7. Bills at -7 was -132 when I locked in. Then I got it at -128. Now it's -129. That's fully mad right now. Okay, so Bills are winning. Well, Cade Bottom scored a touchdown. I don't like him for anytime tutty. I'm not saying he does it. I just don't love like the value on that. Need a prop. Josh Allen over 40.5 rush yards. Josh Allen over 40.5 rush yards. All right, we're gonna wrap up soon. I appreciate everyone in here. Not enough engagement for me to drop the age. Like we should probably do it with a higher level of engagement. Do I ever have a really bad day at school where I really had poop pains and had to poop a lot in the school bathroom? I wouldn't say a lot. I would say heavily. Josh Allen for rush TD. Josh Allen over rush yards is better. Yesterday, Vegas gave us a gift on Houston. 80%, 6% of the money was on Chargers, and they didn't move the 2.5. Really think Bo Nix is going to outplay the Bills? Of course not, Manifest. Of course not. First time I'm turning stone gambling. Not familiar with that phrase. Do you like Michigan State money line? Listen, brother, I don't have an ounce of my brain going towards college basketball today. We do college basketball plays most days, and we'll have a lot of college basketball action, especially as NFL winds down. Oh, brutal poodle. But today is not the day where I'm putting any of my lap time towards college basketball. We're locked in, baby. This is the NFL playoffs. These only come around every once in a while. PD Bills and Tampa on a parlay. What do I think? I don't hate it, but I don't think Tampa covers It's small. Like, I get it. You can get that. There's a minus 107 parlay special on Profit X for that. It's pretty decent. Yeah. All right, guys. Here's the deal. All my plays are up on SoBet. It's in my links. I got a free Telegram. It's in my links. If you DM me on Instagram, I will slide you a free $25 entry for the parlay that I talked about. 6-1, free $25 entry. Very simple. I post plays on Return to Pick'em PD. I post plays on Twitter. I post plays on, wherever you want. I do my Road to $1 Million Gambling on this account. I stream daily on this account. Oh, Turning Stone. Yeah, no, I've been there. I played a decent amount of poker there. Like, I would stop there halfway through a road trip. Those are the deals. Shoot me a DM on anything for anything that I've talked about. If you're not on Profit X, you're wasting money. So do that. It's in the links. It's in the replies to this. Is all the plays I'm talking about, the lines I'm talking about. Those are all Profit X lines. So get involved, baby. This is public money from public books. You'll never know splits from Circa or Pinnacle. If you want Circa virtually, like mobile, anywhere you want, shoot me a DM. I got you on that as well. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at today. Any questions on anything, shoot me a DM. Road to 100K, lock in. We're making it happen. Follow me on everything. You know the deal. Love all you, except for the